Dread owns me. The fear has my stomach locked up tight and sets my face stiff like rigor mortis, my teeth locked together. But unless I can turn back time, there's no escaping the hell I'm in. And I know if I try to fight back anymore, I'll only get hurt or even killed. I opened my eyes to the crowd swiveling its attention back and forth between two men in the back. The tension was palpable. $170,000. Wait, what? Was that a bid for me? 200,000. A baritone voice from the back of the room called out. They were warring over me. I knew I should be afraid, and I'm terrified still, but curiosity started to seep in then. My eyes darted between the man in the front and the voice in the back, the voice that rattled my bones. Not in fear, but something else, something I couldn't quite wrap my head around. The crowd no longer paid attention to me as they, too, focused on the bidding war going on. This must not be normal. Between the muffled whispers and occasional gasps, whatever was going on was far from what was expected. The man in the front with his Italian accent pulled me from my reverie. I missed what he said, but he was pissed, if the scowl he was wearing was any indication. The deep red shade his skin turned was a sharp contrast with his gaudy gold jewelry. Didn't anyone bother to tell him how tacky he looked? Still, something about him frightened me. He looked like a man who was way too comfortable with violence. Please, God, if you can hear me, please don't let the hideous Scarface win. I whispered the prayer over and over, but when I squinted to focus beyond the lights to find the owner of the baritone voice, I was no longer sure if my prayer was such a good idea. The man in the back was dressed in a black suit. His expression, what little I could see of it through the spotlight glare and the shadows beyond, was arrogant and cold as ice. But there was something about him I couldn't put a finger on. I continued to watch as the two men brawled back and forth, but over and over again I found myself drawn to the mystery man in black. His shoulders were broad, his hair dark and slicked back. His features were sharp and angular. He was handsome. Incredibly so. I bit my lower lip and waited for the bidding to be over. I clenched my fists tightly until my nails dug into the palm. A metallic liquid flowed across my tongue, and it took me a second to realize I'd bitten my lip so badly that it was bleeding. Then came the voice. "Sold!" the auctioneer screamed out. My thoughts are panicked and confused now. What am I going to do? What are they going to do to me? My breaths become shallow and I know I'm about to panic again, but I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Who won?